What's up? Hello. Welcome to another episode of Badger's Gate 3 on Honey Badger Arcade. How you guys doing? Gotta pick up the wifey a little later, but I figure I could squeeze a stream in here today. I also uploaded a video on my channel. I see you guys debating it a little bit in the chat. I think you misunderstand my position a little, which is a shame because I just made a video about it. Hello, Toby. Hello, Fish Got Nukes. Hello, Great Indoors. How are you guys doing? I don't know if there's going to be a news show today. I have some stories picked out, but none of the other people that I normally do shows with are around, so I don't know what the plan is or what. Oh, okay. It looks like Mike is going to be there. So I'll figure something out. We'll do something. Hi, A Norwegian. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. So somebody left me a comment on my last Badger's Gate stream that I did, saying that I should get on Kick and that it might be a good way to grow a gaming channel. I don't know much about Kick, but I did a little bit of looking into it. Let me put the dog on the screen. He's like, JoJo's being, he sleeps however he likes, you know? Come on, JoJo, get in there. That's okay. That'll have to do. He might reposition himself anyway, but you can see that he's there and he's alive. Yeah, just waiting for this to populate. Oh, right. I was in the Zentarum thing and I went underground. That's right. That I remember now what was happening. Happy New Year's. Yes. Happy New Year's, everybody. It's true. Okay, so it's still loading up. I'm going to ungroup Trim. I'm going to have her do some investigating. Just waiting for this to finish loading up. So, let me look at your comments. I don't believe in a political spectrum anymore. Well, what I'm saying is, I think the paradigm is wrong. I do think that politics is on a spectrum in terms of, like, how much of the state people agree should be, like, you know, to what degree the state should be involved in people's lives. I think that operates on a spectrum. But I don't think that the way that it's set up, and this is what I read out of Thomas Sowell's book that I read for you guys on the show, I think that sums up the actual paradigm when you think about it. I hope that much is clear. But I never said that I didn't believe in a political spectrum. I don't agree with the paradigm as it exists, where like far right equals fascist or something. I don't think that's true. I don't think that is like the case with most people who would be considered non-left. I think that the reason why I say left and non-left is because fascists, Nazis, you know, even like kind of authoritarian paleo-conservative types that are like, oh, well, we do want some kind of like authoritarian laws, but we want them for, you know, our causes. I think that is still leftist. I don't think leftism is just the good stuff, the good things. You know, there was a great video a cartoon that Freedom Tunes did. I saw a clip on their review. I don't watch their videos all the time, but they did a thing where they had two politicians debating, and one of them, it just said, I believe in the good thing, and the other one said, I believe in the reasonable thing. And that's the paradigm that he was just, you know, sort of showing. And of course, people want the good thing, so they agree with the guy who says he likes the good thing. And I don't think that describing leftism as simply the good thing is a fair characterization. I think that it's a manipulation. That's why I have a problem with it. So at the end of the day, I think that really, and I wish I had kind of said this because I thought about it after I was done. it's kind of like the real paradigm seems to be people who need to use the state and people who just like want to exercise common sense. You know, like Jordan Peterson gets, and I like Jordan Peterson, I'm not criticizing him, but when you think about the things that he talks about, there's and even the left says, well, it isn't exactly radical, right? But they do it in a way to dismiss his talking points. They're like, well, he's just espousing like common sense self-help stuff. And of course, they still think that it's far right, which says more about them than it does about Peterson. But that is a good example of what I mean. There's like people that just have common sense. They just believe stuff, you know, and they're considered far right because their common sense is an obstacle. It's an obstacle to you know, their own agendas of dependency and statism. And that's why I don't think the paradigm is good. That's my main issue. It has nothing to do with you know, like not believing in a spectrum at all. I think for the most part, people do operate on, in terms of their politics, maybe not in terms of gender, you know. There's something here is looking, but I don't know what. Uh-oh, what's that? Let me see if I can see something. Paradigm is there to sow discord. Yeah, that's what that's exactly right. The left created the paradigm. I said, Thomas Sowell talked about this, like, what, 30 years ago? I mean, I wasn't aware of it at the time. But then I started thinking about it that way, and then I read his book, and I was like, holy shit, he's saying what I was observing. Who defines the divides? Yeah, the left does. When I say the left, I know that sounds like I'm picking a team, but what I mean is statists. People who believe the state is their parents, basically. And those people could have like completely diverging, like let's say, reasons for it. Like they might be progressives, they might be abused children angry at their dads, they might be paleo-conservative types that just want, like, essentially to use the state like a device to basically get people back in line, right? But that doesn't make them right wing. Like even because, I mean, it doesn't make sense. Like if people will say, the reason why I think people will say conservatives are right wing is they associate, and this is because of the left again, they associate being right wing with things like being racist and sexist. This is why, like, you get people who are liberals. Oh, there's something. Rugan, drained, Bellar. Oh, somebody's being tortured, it looks like. Who is this? Some human. And who's being tortured? Man, this better not be some, like, fetish crap. Not what I want to deal with, you know? And someone can see... Oh, there. Zaris. Lamps, lads. Sealed lamps. Don't want open flames. Who is this? The level 4 human. Asian woman with blonde hair in the Forgotten Realms. Yeah, that's not weird. That's not weird at all. Alright, so I'm going to turn invisible. I am hidden already, but I don't know if she's going to see me. You know what? I'm going to try and cross. Oh, nope, she spotted me. She spotted me. What's the conversation? I'm waiting for the load.
That's far enough. What's your business down here? Answer honestly and maybe we'll kill you clean. Whoa, hold your arrows. This is Rugen's savior, I'll bet. He told us all about you. Come on in then. Any friend of Rugen's is a friend of the family.
Spotted me. Ouch. I'm gonna go over here. Torturing a guy. I'm just gonna send all this food to camp because I don't need it anymore. So you don't need it. I'm gonna take it because I'm gonna probably end up killing you guys. Letting you know. You seem like villains to me. And I don't suffer villains.
Anything of use?
I know the game likes to do this moral, like, softness BS, but I don't play that.
At the ready.
Over here. Ooh, what's this? Gigantic rock. The disarm check. Was that a trap? Uh-oh. 4, 7, 10, 13. No problem.
What now? Breathe deep and move.
Grandor says, missed the start. Will Lay catch up at 1.25 speed? Norwegian says, I'm for the good thing is the mask the bad guy wears when he wants to manipulate you. Yes, absolutely. Blade Kaiser says, Brian, it sounds like you want the bad thing. I want bad thing. Zarang says, I just started watching that video. I'll finish it after this. I also disagree with the guy that said things got better with only left having power. If we play the game, the US is a right formation. Toby Atling says, people that have the power to define the divides and those that go along with them for their collective benefit. Well, yeah, and well, they've done this thing too, where they've created a tribe of the right, of the good thing, right? That's what, and I'm not gonna say Democrats, because I think that this is like, again, it's across party lines. It's just people who want state control and people who don't want that, or want less of that at least. And I think that does operate on a spectrum. Like, you have people that are, you know, like as far away from the state as possible. They want to live, like, you know, off the grid. They don't want to pay any taxes. They don't want to obey traffic laws. They don't believe in parking tickets. Like, you know, they're like all the way, right? Like, no cops, no firemen, no ambulance, no nothing. Like, but unfortunately, most people can't live that way. And most people want some of those things, you know, like they like having fire departments. They like having police. And some people take it further. They like having things like, you know, maybe they like unions. Maybe they like, I'm probably going to be spotted. If Prim was spotted, Allison's going to be spotted. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, we all failed at hiding, whatever. So, you know, it's all really on a spectrum in that regard, in terms of like, well, how much statism, you know, do you agree with? I wonder, let me go back real quick. I wonder if Allison's got enough range to attack from over here with her bow, because I might leave somebody over here to make range attacks on this archer. So I'm just gonna check. I'm not gonna attack. I'm just looking. Target is too far. Maybe if I go there, attack. Target is too far. Attack with magic missile. Target is too far. Okay, so we can't do it. All right. I was just checking. That means that if we started a battle here, she wouldn't be able to shoot us either. Well, unless she had like some like crazy ranged bow, which is possible. I mean, why would you be there if it wasn't gonna work?
This place is trapped.
Oh shit.
Looking ahead.
Arm this. Rock traps. Thought you guys were on our side. Kill them all if it is a fetish feast. Yeah, no, I'm not down with this horny crap that's in this game. Toby says people already read that part. Zering says, I don't know if you saw the images in the past. People pass around identifying right and left being on the same side, but separated by degrees. Yeah. Great Endure says, I rectified my initial comment later on, Brian. Oh, let me see. I was listening to your video, didn't realize you put up an image of a certain and most common political spectrum. Yeah, that's totally, yeah, it's the, well, there's the compass and there's the spectrum and there's the horseshoe theory. And I think all of it is BS. I think all of it is just like a way, honestly, it's a way for people who think of themselves as like moderate. They think of that, it's a way for them to put themselves on a pedestal. Like, I'm special because I criticize both sides. And it's boring. It's boring and it's lame. Because it's just like, most people are like that. You're not special. Oh, shit. Am I still prim? Let me disarm this. Dude, I stopped right in front of it. You know, it's funny. Prim is really good at, like, disarming traps. Ooh, that might not have worked. Ooh, just barely. Okay, good. So as long as I don't roll a 1, I'll be okay, basically. Prim is really good at disarming traps, but she can't spot them. So she has to have somebody with a higher, like, perception. Like the cleric, or even Karen. Like, Karen is pretty wise. Or a half-orc barbarian. Where's the... Oh, here he is. Where's the guy? Steal anything, you're dead.
You're dead.
Oh, whatever. What's this? Lever? I want to touch it. So these guys are Zentarum. So... I don't like these guys because they're evil. I may have to kill them. But let's talk to them first. Get to know them.
You don't want to keep Zaris waiting. Believe me.
Who?
I was told there'd be battles. Not this hide-and-seek stuff.
Well, don't you cut a fine figure? Want your portrait done? If you have the gold, my pet artist will make you a most heroical likeness.
A pet artist?
Let's say we're his patrons, yeah? Found him wandering the wilds alone. He needs protection. And if his paintings cover our costs, so much the better, eh?
Everyone in this game has the same kind of accent, and it's really annoying. Let me see. Toby says, this is why Marxism is so popular, because it feeds into the class/political/sex envy. Yeah, I mean, like, if you want to get really, let's say, ancient with it, it's essentially Cain and Abel. And some people don't like the biblical references, but, like, I think the biblical references have wisdom that we overlook. And so it's an easy way for this stuff to get in because, like, you know, we want to think that there's some rational thing for it, but people generally are not rational. It's just Cain and Abel. Let me see. Norwegian says, most people don't know this, but Sauron was once one of the most beautiful beings in Middle-earth. Yes. He looked like an elf, right? But he wasn't. He was like some kind of... He was just... Yeah, he was the most beautiful... One of the most beautiful beings in Middle-earth. I propose my newly formed stick theory. The further the stick is up one's rectum, the more left-leaning they become. Zerang says, so Sauron is a representation of Lucifer. Yeah, you might say that. The Lightbringer, Prometheus, whatever you want to call it. It's almost like symbolically these stories get told over and over and over by people who have the wisdom to see that this is an issue. That's why the times we live in now, where our media is all like morally subjective, but not really. It's kind of anti-morality, you know. Stuff like this doesn't, like what you guys are talking about, like Lord of the Rings type storytelling, but not just that. I mean, I don't think people can write that right now, or at least the people who are given jobs to write that stuff can't, you know? KD says, statism is one spectrum, but the one that many are thinking of is natural hierarchy versus inverted hierarchy. Inverted hierarchy involves treating designated oppressed groups as morally superior. Well, yeah, but that's what statism serves. That's what the purpose that statism serves is, to invert the hierarchy. Like, if you leave people to their natural device, you know, to their natures, right? The nature approach, the masculine view is that If you leave it that way, then things will shake out however they're going to shake out, and that's hierarchy. But statism is the weapon, is the tool used to invert the hierarchy. It's getting to the point now where the state, look at Canada, for example. In Canada, you can lose access to your kids if you don't give them gender affirming care, transition them, basically, castrate them. Which means the state steps in, because it's at the top of the hierarchy no matter what, but the state steps in and essentially makes the children the highest authority. Because children's, like, if the children want to transition, even if their mother is coercing them into it, then you have to listen to the children. And fathers will lose, like, the ability to see their kids. So the state is used to invert the hierarchy, yes. But I don't think it's separate. I think it's the means, you know what I mean? Norwegian says, more like Lucifer's successor. Melkor Morgoth was the first Vala/angel to fall. Sauron was his lieutenant. Gryffindor says the horseshoe theory is horseshit. Zerang says, interesting. Yeah. If you want, I listened to a reading of the Silmarillion. It gives you all of that, but I gotta tell you, man, the Silmarillion is dense. I don't know, maybe Norwegian, if you read the Silmarillion, have you read that? Or is this from I think there's like an appendix. The appendices has some stuff too. Anyway. He needs protection. If his paintings cover our costs, so much the better, eh? Protection sounds like kidnapping. Sounds fair. I'll take a portrait then. Yeah, may as well. Let's do it.
You've got an eye for quality. Every noble in Baldur's Gate will be after one of these. Tell him I sent you. And if he stains it up with his sniffling, there'll be hell to pay.
So you just offered me some free shit? Okay.
Says he did, yeah.
Let's talk to Oscar.
Made him do it.
Who's that?
Painting of...
No, thank you.
Oi! Leave him be, eh? You've got an appointment with Zaris, and she don't like waiting.
Don't point, it's rude. Or painting of a smiling maiden. Painting of an elegant noble. They actually have object arts. Is that the painter? Oh well, let's go here.
Fella draw me something.
You got coin?
Yeah, alright. Fine. But who are you? His muse.
Don't pretend you...
You're the one who recruited me, Rugen. You're the one who taught me rule number 1. Remember? No. Ollie didn't remember either. Did you, Ollie? You're dead the moment you steal from the Zentarim. No matter who you are.
You recall an old Zentarim proverb coined by their founder.
Hey, I made a history check. I didn't even know that. KD says, I know what you mean, though they're not the exact same thing, since the state isn't the only institution with the power to invert things. Yeah, I know, but I mean, what can people do to... Because, I mean, you can do it through... You can do it through a kind of twisted religion, like the cult of feminism. You can do it through culture. And supposedly, I mean, I guess you could do it through economics if you... But you would have to affect culture first. But the politics is the thing that I think is within our reach to change. Because we can... essentially, like, at least I think that there was a guy in a Twitter Spaces conversation, and this is what I've been trying to say. Okay, I am in favor of small government. I have a libertarian core. Okay, and ideally it would be anarcho-capitalist too, although I don't really like that term because I don't like the word capitalism, but I think you guys know what I mean. However, I also recognize that we don't live in a society, we don't live in a time where none of that is possible, because we have raised about 3 generations of people that are dependent. They're not able to live as independent people. They're struggling with that, right? So we can't have that society. So then in the meantime, what we have to do is we have to work on the macro and the micro to make people more capable of governing themselves. So on the micro level, you have to work on individuals. And on the macro level, you try to reduce the influence of the state by essentially trying to get people into positions of authority that will do what they can to remove themselves. So it sounds contradictory, but that is something possible. I mean, look at the president of El Salvador, that he basically cleaned up the streets. He got rid of the MS-13 cartels, threw them all in a giant prison, and now the people feel safe, because the thing about authoritarian governments is they don't really have an interest in making the people feel safe, even though that will be the claim they use to get into power. And so he did something that would be kind of against his interests. I mean, he could have worked with the Salvador, the cartels, and basically like lined his pockets, but he chose to get rid of them instead. And then Javier Milei, the new guy in Argentina, pa fuera, he is going to, he had to be in power to essentially remove the state from all of the things that he doesn't believe it belongs in. Now, the people are going to be struggling a bit because so many of them have become state dependent. And this is the kind of resistance we're going to get here in America if we ever get a president that's going to, or a not even a president, like an administration, a Congress, a Senate, like at every level of government, that's going to essentially take its authority, pull back on its authority within these systems. But people are going to complain, especially women, because women tend to vote for statist policies. So you get the feeling that El Salvador guy has to be doing something good just because he is pissing off the right people. Oh yeah, I mean, like, if he ends up, I'm afraid for him, honestly. I'm afraid for him. Like, if something happens to this guy, oh man. I mean, we'll see. Sometimes you don't know how terrifying the enemy is until you actually confront them. And sometimes you'd be surprised. They could be like paper tigers, Like, I sometimes I think China is a paper tiger, for example, but it's because it's like as much a game of psychological and moral warfare as it is like, sort of political warfare or cultural warfare. Blave Kaiser says, we'll never understand the desire to rule over people. People are stupid, panicky, dangerous animals, and we all know it. Well, I think that people are also capable of great courage, but yeah, I mean, they have to be tested, and I think that those people still exist. I think the internet is not really a good it's not really a good place to look for courage. I think most people are cowards online. Great Endor says, you cannot easily leave a state. Other institutions are more easy to leave so long as they're not closely linked to government. Yes. But anyway. All right. So what am I going to say? Steel ends enemies, but gold makes friends. Let's try the saying. Why not?
You've read Manchun. Seems you know our ways better than poor Rugen here. There's not much money in retribution. True. Tell you what. You've already taken Rugen's cargo, so finish the job and I'll let you live. Deliver it to Baldur's Gate. Oh, and kill him.
I'll say no.
You were so close. So close to walking out of this alive.
Oh, we're gonna fight now, bitch? Are we gonna fight? Okay. Is it just Prim? No. All right. Let's I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna hide.
This calls for careful footwork.
And I'm gonna just move there. I'm gonna end my turn.
Time to push my luck again.
You motherfuckers. Alright, who am I fighting against? Where are the enemies? Where are the enemies? We fight in. Is that guy an enemy? No, he's not. He's tied up. That guy's cowering over there. So the enemies are up top, eh? Are they? So can I shoot? Oh yeah, I can shoot from here. 56%. How many hit points do you have? 28. How about her? 28. Let's do a magic missile on her. You're gonna get all of them. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. And Allison's gonna move over here, behind cover, I think, and end her turn. Okay, what are you gonna do? You missed, and you're gonna pay for it? You're gonna pay for it. And now she can't see him. So you know what that means. Detecting presence. I mean. Alright, Karen. Let's do this. Fucking do this! Let's go! Let's fucking go!
Okay, it's time to fucking take out the trash.
Where is this guy? Where'd he go? Oh yeah, there he is. 49%? Man, that guy's gotta have a disadvantage from equipment. You know what? Okay. And one more. 7 to 18. And he's down. What did you have to say for yourself? Simple Toxin, Wizard Bane, Oil, Thieves Tools. We're gonna send this to Prim. Is there a mage up there? Darius, Bellar, Zara. She had a bow. I will give this to Karen. Take that. This other stuff can stay. Maybe I'll send this. Okay, Karen, climb that ladder. Nope, can't. Not enough movement. That's okay. Go here. What is this? Smoke powder barrel. Nope, can't do it. Okay, that's fine. What are you gonna do, bitch? You gonna shoot at that barrel? Please don't do that. Oh, acid. All right, Hannah. Let's do this. Let's give her a crack of the whip. I can't get to her. All right, that's all right. So instead, the delivery of the magic missiles really cracked me up. Went right up her snatch. Let's see, Hannah. I can't move through these people. That's why. Okay. So maybe instead, go over here, and I can use, maybe I can use the Eldritch Blast on her. I can hit her with that, but maybe I'll do, can I do the whip on her now? I don't know. Yeah, I want to crack the whip and bring her down, but either way, it's either that or Karen's going to go up there and body slam her. So we'll just hit her with an Eldritch Blast instead, because it doesn't take anything. Zort. And I think he's down.
For a dull moment.
Okay, Mike.
These
Go.
boots have seen everything.
What's in this crate? Think here. What am I gonna do? Can I? What's this? Why is this like highlighted? And jump. And I can shoot. Can I target anybody? No. And that's a friend. Don't have enough. Oh, this is the cleric. Okay, I'm using the wrong. I had the wrong character. That's why. All right, that's fine. Let me cast. I'm not gonna cast anything. I'm just gonna end my turn.
Fight. Let's
I
go.
don't want to overkill. Do overkill on people.
Breathe deep.
So Mike's gonna move up here. Can he climb that ladder? No, he can't. That's okay. End my turn. What are you guys gonna do? You guys know any magic? Oh, you're gonna climb down? Is that right? And then what? Do that, Allison. Oh, you hamstrung her. Not bad. Oh wait, that guy's, is he boxing? Oh, that's a monk, I think. No, it's just another person that shoots. It's all right.
Mind if I do?
Okay, Prim. Let me see. Let's go with Karen first.
Let's go.
I'm gonna climb this ladder. Guess what? Guess what, homie? All right. We're gonna throw this person. Too heavy? What? Oh, that's bullshit. Okay. That's fine. I'm just gonna hit this guy then. Hit him. We'll do it. Oh, missed. That guy... Disadvantage from equipment. Well, I don't know if it's gonna save you, brother. We're gonna do this again. I have 3 attacks with Karen, so... I don't know what you think's gonna... Oh, man. Okay, turn there. And now Prim's gonna go up here. Am I gonna be spotted? Nope. So guess what? Sneak attack this guy. Oh, and he's down. And the quarterback is toast. Basic poison, sure. Take it. Move Prim over here.
Can carry me.
And end my turn. You can push if you can't throw. Oh, well, I guess I could have done that. Mopper. Alright, where's this last guy? It's right here, eh? So, let's see. I'll have Allison move here. And can I shoot this guy from there? 56%. Why not? Let's do it. Let's try it. I missed. I guess it's because I'm too far away. Maybe I can... Hunter's Mark as a bonus action. Can I do that? And then attack him? Should have done that to begin with, right? I still have disadvantage, but... There you go. And that's the end of it.
Come on. Can't stay idle.
Okay, Hannah, come over here. Let me see. Can I do the whip on him? Pull him down? No. Man, the range on that kind of sucks. Let's just Eldritch Blast him then, I guess. And he's down. Battle's over. Win! And two people leveled up. Hey, Teal Deer. You might be able to jump over them. Oh, yeah. Crack the Whip is always a critical hit on enemies of color. Oh, that's... You wrong for that. You wrong for that. Alright, let's level up the Cleric. This is really not like a legit playthrough of this game, just so you know. Like, I know that this is like kind of unfair, but I'm not playing it to like... I'm playing it for fun, really, so... Alright, I get new spells. Level 6. I wonder why the Cleric and... I think it was Hannah that leveled up? I don't know why that is. Oh shit, I didn't pick my spells. I should have done that. Well, whatever. Okay, so I get to pick a 3rd level spell. So I want to go with something kind of cool. So let me see. Counterspell. Fear. What's Counterspell do? It's a reaction. Try to stop a spell from being cast. Fear. Grant flight. That could be interesting. Gaseous form. Could be cool too. Hypnotic pattern. Plant growth. Remove curse. Vampiric touch. It's gotta be one of those. What do you think? I'm like leaning towards Counterspell because I don't know how it would play out in the game. We haven't really come across too many mages, but I'm guessing it's because we're still like in the first act and it's kind of low level. Suboptimal gaming, I'm gonna tell Reddit. They probably already know. Might have got inspirations for some. Those add XP. Oh, maybe. Okay. So I'm looking at Counterspell, Fear could be cool, Grant Flight, Gaseous Form, all those look good. Make weeds burst from the ground and smother the area. Creatures moving through have their movement speed quartered. Isn't that like Entangle, which is like a 1st level spell? Like, why would I take that? Vampiric Touch, Remove Curse, I don't know about that. Let's go, I think, oh man, I don't know, I have to decide. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Give me a suggestion. Gaseous Form, Blight, Fear, Counterspell, or Blink. Oh, Blink's cool too. But I don't know. Blink is a bit it's a bit iffy. I like these right here. I don't know. Is that outfit a mod? No, this is just, nope, I didn't mod anything. This is just what Hannah's wearing. Gaseous form will let you in the cracks. Oh, yeah, but it's like a level 3 spell. But, I mean, I could use it for that. I thought about that. That's what I was thinking when I saw gaseous form, that I could, like... But I also could, I guess you could send a familiar in there, maybe? No, I tried that. It didn't work. So you'd either have to have shrink, or like some kind of like polymorph spell, or gaseous form. I can't think of anything else. Or you find another way in. Norwegian says, by the way, Brian, what do you think of Baldur's Gate thus far? I'm okay. I want to say, overall, I like the gameplay. I think the turn-based thing is cool and underrated. I think most people are kind of spoiled by real time. I always found turn-based combat to be more like in line with RPGs because they're more tactical. I like the tactical aspect of that. I like the way that it sort of incorporates the Dungeons and Dragons system into it, though it is the 5th edition, which I have some problems with. Those are the pluses. I like the system and the gameplay quite a bit. I think it's very addictive. I understand that. I don't like that there isn't that much customization. I don't like that in terms of like creating your own characters. I don't like that you can't just build your own party from the ground up. Because I mean, I did this, but I had to do like a bunch of workarounds. And I know why they did it. Like, I know that they did it because they wanted to get that DEI score up, and they wanted to make these like cringe, like OC, you know, Tumblrina characters that they're supposed to be in your party, each one of whom is like super special, and I don't like that because I don't care for that stuff, you know. I don't care for like the kind of gay foppish elven vampire spawn. Like, oh, it's just it's like what a 14-year-old girl would come up with. Like a fat goth chick would create these characters. I don't like that. I would, if you want to do that in your game, in your house with your friends, I don't care, go ahead. But when you put it in my game, I'm gonna avoid those people. Like, I literally killed Astarion like as soon as I was able to, because I hate the way that the character was made. And I think they're all like that. Like, and then on top of that, like, why is everybody so like sexually perverse in this game? Like, you know, I gotta stop for a moment because I wanna share something with you. Hold on a second. I'm gonna get my phone. I'll be right back. Okay, so I saw this post somebody shared, and they didn't understand. So this might say more about like the state of things today than my lifetime. And what it was let me see. I think this was actually a Reddit post. So there's a page called Movie and Entertainment Sphere, and they showed a photo of Arwen from Lord of the Rings. Arwen is the Rohan princess that's like, you know, the niece to King Theoden. And they're talking about Arwen. Because, I mean, I have to say Arwen, I have to explain who it is, because people, when I say Arwen, they think of the elf. That's Éowyn. Tolkien could have done a little bit more tweaking to make those names a little bit less similar, especially since those women never met. But anyway, this is what the post says, okay? In Lord of the Rings, why doesn't Aragorn allow himself to have fun with Éowyn and sleep with her when she clearly wants his affections and is a beautiful woman? It's a reasonable question for anyone who's seen Game of Thrones, but blasphemous to Lord of the Rings fans. Everybody seems to get some action in Game of Thrones. There's whoring aplenty, adultery, even incest and rape. On the other hand, the Lord of the Rings barely even has women in it. Of course, this is a problem that there aren't enough women in Lord of the Rings, even though there's plenty enough. They're just not out there like fighting and dying to defend the West, but okay. Let me see. Lord of the Rings is an epic tale. Think Beowulf. It tells a story with lofty ideals and legendary heroes. Aragorn is an ideal, but he's not real. He is the perfect medieval king. His lineage is flawless. That's not really true. I mean, the whole thing about Aragorn is that he's afraid he's going to become like Isildur, who basically fell to the ring or like right after his father died. But whatever. His lineage is flawless. Ancient prophecy foretold him, and he's blessed by the gods Valar. He always chooses the morally correct thing to do. So Aragorn is as likely to sleep around as Sir Galahad the Chaste was, or consider the biblical King David. His downfall was lusting after Bethesda, whatever. Aragorn made no such mistake. I think the practical, in-universe explanation would be that Éowyn was a princess, and that taking her to bed and breaking her heart could have resulted in a serious political mishap. Beyond that, many women are not real in Lord of the Rings. They are a mythic ideal. Arwen is the elf woman, is like an untouchable goddess, but really only exists in the appendices of the books. She is an idea in Aragorn's head for most of the story, nothing more. Why? My opinion is that The Lord of the Rings was Tolkien's war therapy. He fought in the World War I meat grinder. He was in the Somme. There are no women in Lord of the Rings because there were no women in the trenches. Women were the goddesses you dream about going home to if you survive the war. That's what Arwen was. Éowyn was the mythic ideal of an Anglo-Saxon princess. Apparently that's a problem too. And in Tolkien's mind, you don't mess with her because Tolkien was a die-hard Catholic obsessed with epic poetry and medieval tales. His legendarium isn't going to see princesses be deflowered, even by the hero. So this person is kind of amazed that Aragorn didn't just like crush ass because he read Game of Thrones and everyone in Game of Thrones is like fucking everybody else, right? And it's funny to me because it's like I'm not surprised, like my comment was people with low morals are perplexed by people with high morals. Aragorn is supposed to be an ideal man, an aspirational hero, somebody that other men look at and say, I want to be more like that guy. That's the point. No one in Game of Thrones is that guy, because Game of Thrones is a nihilistic, pessimistic reality, show. And I put that in quotes because everybody thinks that realism equals nihilism, which it doesn't. So, and it's funny because, you mentioned that. And one of the things about this game, Baldur's Gate 3, is that it does have this Game of Thrones style, like, relationship thing where there's like all of this moral ambiguity and everybody's fucking everybody and everybody's horny all the time and they're all engaging in drinking and all that. Meanwhile, the guy who created Dungeons & Dragons, Gary Gygax, was himself a Christian and was himself trying to create a world where people could play in that was essentially inspired by Tolkien's work. So this D&D has turned into Game of Thrones with elves, where the devil characters are good guys and they're just symbolic of like, migrants trying to get into your country because they're running from something or whatever, and they're just crossing they're just dreamers, guys. Tieflings in entire civilizations, they're just dreamers trying to make their way. And none of this is subversive. Don't look too closely. That's not what's happening. And so, yeah, I mean, I like the game as a game, but I don't like the stuff that they're doing with the setting, the characters, and possibly the story. I haven't gotten far enough to know. For me, D&D will always be like more in line with stuff that classical fantasy writers like R.A. Salvatore and Tolkien and to some extent C.S. Lewis and others that I'm sure you can think of wrote about. I'd be willing to go, and include stuff like from Elric or Conan as well. I think you can have your dark fantasy. A Warhammer fantasy is cool, but that's not what this is. This is just like, it's just somebody's Tumblr, some horny teenager's Tumblr blog, and a teenage girl, no less, and all of her fantasies of like having sex with mystical creatures. I'm sure, like, not just the bear sex. Like, there's like ogre sex and God knows what else. I don't even want to know, but I know I'm going to come across it. There's like BDSM in it. There's all kinds of fetish content, and it's like, come on, guys. Like, doesn't it get boring? Like, what about, I don't know, go to the tower and stop the evil wizard that's trying to build an army of the dead, or an army of crystal golems, or an army of I don't know, frost giants, like whatever it is that he's trying to do. Like, I just want to fight some evil and win and level up and get treasure. I don't want to deal with like, but what about, no, I don't, no, it's okay. Why don't you want to have sex with the demon spider queen in order to stop her from, no, that's okay. I'm good. Okay, anyway. A Norwegian says Arven is Elrond's half-elf's daughter. I may have pronounced it wrong. Great Endor says incest and rape, the hidden interests of the content consumer. Yeah, right. Norwegian says, I was on the fence about buying Baldur's Gate for a long time, but your description of it smells a little bit too much of ESG. The game is, like I said, the game is fun to play, and fortunately, they don't force these characters on you. Like, I have not done anything with Shadowheart or Gale. I think I just ignored him. I think he's just like, I think he's still in that, like, in that portal or whatever. So, fortunately, they let you, like, ignore these characters. But, you know what it kind of reminds me of? And this is another, I'm probably gonna, like, get, like, put on the stake for this, but it reminds me of Dragon Age Origins, which everybody was hyped about, and I played Dragon Age Origins, and I didn't really enjoy it. And I also didn't like that, this is another thing I don't like about modern games like this, too, by the way. Everyone's got, like, this, they're all written like Joss Whedon wrote them. Like, they're all sarcastic, they're all cynical, they're all cracking jokes. And I don't mean, like, MCU jokes. I mean, like, Joss Whedon jokes. Like, it's just like, it's like they all know they're in a game in a way. I hate that. Like, this is why I joke about how everyone's got the same, like, kind of, Essex, East London accent. Like, why does everybody sound like that? Why? Where's the old English? And I kind of know why. I mean, I don't know. It's cringe, man. But the game is fun, like, as a mechanic. I would like someone to mod the game. I don't know if this is even possible, so that all of the modern touches are gone. It's purely a fantasy, like, in a fantasy world that doesn't need to look like fucking, modern day London, like, wherever there's like just random ass brown characters. Like, for some reason you come across dwarves with afros and, like, negroid features, and I'm like, why? Like, this doesn't make sense. It does. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Like, I couldn't, look, I'm Puerto Rican. I'm not looking for Puerto Ricans in my D&D game. I don't want to see it. I don't. If I want to see that, then I'll play a game where it makes sense. I'll play GTA or something, Although I'm not really a big fan of GTA, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it just annoys me. I don't get, like, it's just insecurity. Anyway, anybody have a recommendation on the spell I should take? Meanwhile, I'll read your comments while you guys are giving me your feedback. I might just take gaseous form or flight. I'm kind of thinking about moving around more. Astarion comes off to me like this gay archetype that people like Milo aspire to be. So that connection does make sense. Yeah, I guess some people are telling me that he's not actually gay. He's just like foppish. But I mean, come on. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, people, you know what? This is also, I think this is fanfic ship bait too. Like, people are going to be like making porn of this. I think they found that, I want to say it started with Overwatch. Like, when Overwatch came out, like, I want to say day one, there was like a shit ton of porn of it because they had like these attractive female characters, and it was good for the marketing. It was good for the brand. So you have like it just immediately blew up, and I think everyone else is like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that too. I'm gonna do that too, right? I mean, in Cyberpunk 2077, it makes sense because that is in a dystopian future where the gap between the upper class and the lower class is massive, and everyone's just like on drugs and distracting themselves. It's literally like where our society is kind of headed, except we don't have as much cool technology. But it makes sense. I'm not even complaining about that shit in Cyberpunk because it makes sense. But in D&D, it doesn't make sense. Norwegian says, sounds like this person who wrote that has no morality and no sense of shame. Yeah. Zerang says, Ned Stark is that guy, at least in the show, and he had to die. Yes, I agree. When I was watching, I only watched the first season of Game of Thrones, and about halfway through it, I was like, Ned Stark is too likable. He's going to die. And I mean, part of it had to do with the fact that he was played by Sean Bean, but I knew they were, and then they killed him, and I was like, well, I've got no reason to watch the show now. Like, basically, the only vestige of decency is gone. And everybody else is either, like, damaged beyond repair or more than likely, absolutely just, like, you know, depraved. Saltpeter Taffy says, Sam, I haven't bought the game because they don't deserve my money. I would love to play it, but I refuse to buy it. Teal Deer says, it's classic solar cycle storytelling. The hero leaves his love in dawn, travels through the darkness to another dusk, only to always return through the sky to his first love, dawn. Yes. Katie says, it's almost like Aragorn is committed to his love and isn't going to just indulge in sexual pleasure for its own sake. Yeah. Plus, how does anyone compete with an elven princess? Like, there is also that. Like, I'm sorry, but not Liv Tyler per se, but like if it was an elven maid that's like the daughter of the king of Rivendell or whatever, the Lord of Rivendell, whatever, there's no woman that competes with that. There's like none, you know, and she can ride horses and she can fight and shit. Tilder says this storytelling method would be 100% known to Tolkien because it was taught in literature at the time. Yeah, of course. Norwegian says, not to mention that we get told all the time that men shouldn't be sex pests, yet they write articles like this. Well, it's not an article, it was a post by a group. It was like a group or a community that's like into film. And I guess they're big Game of Thrones fans. But I think it says what they think men are like. So they don't think Aragorn is realistic because he has honor and he is committed and he's monogamous. And he has like a sense of duty, all of these extremely positive masculine traits, almost Christ-like traits. And these people don't think that's realistic because that's how little they think of men. That's what I think it really means. The Norwegian says, why have sex with the demon spider queen when I can shank her instead? Yeah, and just get a bunch of XP and take her loot. Zerang says, felling an army of crystal golems doesn't entail the risque, which is the real reward sought after. I think some are tired of playing JRPGs and going all the way to the end for the payoff. Yeah, I mean, well, JRPGs have their own problems, right? All of them are like, kill God at the end. Like, I think that's every JRPG ever. It's Star Wars and you kill God at the end. And I mean, they got their place. Like, some people really like them. I think there's few... Like, they pump out JRPGs like crazy, but I think there's only a few that I found that stood out as interesting. Like, there was one that I played back in the day called White Knight Chronicles, and I thought that was kind of neat because it reminded me of the anime Vision of Escaflowne or Escaflowne. You guys may have heard of that. I thought that was... I love that show, that series. I don't know, did it end? Yeah, the Vision of Escaflowne, it was like that in a way. White Knight Chronicles, that was pretty good. I also kind of liked Ni no Kuni, which it has like the Studio Ghibli look, and it was kind of like Pokemon, but the art style was very, very intriguing. And there's a couple of JRPGs, but I'm generally like not into, and I think they've only become more generic like in the last decade, where they all start looking the same, and they'll all have names like Epic of blank, or Saga of blank, or Story of blank, or Tale of blank, or something. So, Nova Fan says, I hate how Joss Whedon is seen as the apex for character writing. Yeah, I know. Ergo says, there will be porn of every character and of all sexuality insofar as there is an audience. Yeah, I know there is the rule, but I think that it shouldn't be in the interest of game developers to make games with that in mind. And I think that with Baldur's Gate, that's what they were doing. I think they were trying, in a way, they were like, if we make these characters sexualized, then people will make porn of it, then we'll sell more copies, and people will make mods, and they'll do this or that. And I think they're using the sex to sell the game, you know, even though they don't have to, even though the gameplay is good, you know. Liv Tyler was hot then, though. Yeah, she was all right. What's she doing these days? I didn't see her anywhere since Armageddon. I think she may have settled down and started a family. I think generally if you don't hear from an actress, they get married and make babies. That's what I think. I don't know. A Norwegian says, I contemplated playing Final Fantasy, A Realm Reborn back in the day, but I couldn't justify paying a subscription each month just to play a game. Oh, is that the 14th one? The MMO? Allison's into that right now, but I can't. I used to play MMOs. I played Final Fantasy 11. I played, what was the other ones I played? World of, what is it called? City of Heroes, and Champions Online. I played those 3, and I got really into them, and then I was like, I gotta stop playing RPG. I did play Final Fantasy 14, like, right when it launched, was a terrible launch. And then I was like, I gotta stop playing these, because they're just like they're just time vacuums. And my friends were like, we gotta play World of Warcraft. I was like, nah, man. No, because I can't do that. I can't commit to that. I have too much shit to do in my real life. I can't get into MMOs. I think the way that they handled games like Dark Souls is an Elden Ring is a good fit for me, because it has an online component, but it's not an MMO, you know? And so I can play those. And even then, like, I've only played through Elden Ring one time. I haven't played through since. I've played through, like, Dark Souls a few times and Bloodborne a few times. But, like, for me, those are fine, you know? Like, I can't do MMOs. It's too much of a time sink. I don't even know if I'm going to finish this game, because it's like, it's kind of a lot, you know? Ergo says, and Escaflowne was great. Yes, it was. I played through the first White Knight Chronicles. Yeah, so you get the connection. Nova Fan says, I'm more upset at both the industry and consumers who are emotionally immature, who still love hedonism and sees nihilism as the only legit belief system. Well, I think it's the only one they're given, though. I think that if you give people wholesomeness, a lot of people will find that it is appealing. But there isn't a lot of that out there. Teal Deer says, White Knight Chronicles was fun. I remember barely anything about it other than being amused at stomping on trash mobs with a mech. Yes, and my character standing in the back as a mute. Yeah, I liked it too. It was definitely, you know, I thought when I saw that, I was like, you know, I don't know why no one's done like a super robot RPG. Like imagine an RPG, but not in a fantasy world. You're playing as Messenger Z or Grand Kaiser or some giant super robot, and you can like upgrade it, and you treat that as a leveling system, and you just you know, you're fighting other monsters in a city, but it's a turn-based RPG. There is like a giant kaiju fighting game or brawler game that came out recently, and I can't remember the name of it, but it's very popular right now. And they've made all the characters were original characters, but they did make DLC for Godzilla, and I think a couple of Godzilla monsters, and Ultraman and a couple of Ultraman monsters. So you can play Ultraman versus Godzilla in it, which is pretty cool. But I only saw videos of it online. I can't remember the name of the game. But if you like giant monster games, there was this one on the PS2 that I used to play the shit out of called War of the Monsters that I absolutely loved. And I remember, you know, I talked about David Jaffe on a show that I did on He Said, She Said, I think. Or no, it was on this channel. I did a stream on this channel, I think. And I talked about David Jaffe because his property God of War is being shit on. And they're changing Kratos and they're reinventing the character, and he doesn't understand why it's happening. And I was just like, I'm not laughing at you, but I warned you about this. I warned you that people are not going to respect what you've made. And I remember when I did the interview with him, I kept bugging him about War of the Monsters, and because it was made by the same studio, but he wasn't involved. He was like, "Oh well, I wasn't involved with that." I was like, "What? Oh, that game was great. It had you written all over it." But yeah, it was funny. He wasn't involved. But War of the Monsters is great. If you've never played it, it was I think it was on Xbox and PS2, but you can probably find it on PC or something. Let me see. Ergo says, I play Guild Wars 2 because there is no monthly payment. I did, you know what? Actually, I did download that and I played it for a little bit, but that was way back when it was brand new. And I never got back around. It was on my old machine too. Skyrim had 0 sex in its trailer and I still got hooked. Yeah, what? Because people wanted to play in like the world of Elder Scrolls. Saltpeter Taffy, I lost my taste for JRPGs a long time ago. I recently got into the Trails franchise. You kill God in those games too, but the overarching plot is ambitious and the characters are likable. Zarang says, I sailed the high seas for this game because everyone was talking about it. I bought it because Brian liked the RPG system. A DM speaks highly of it. I should probably try it out. It's addicting. You talking about Baldur's Gate 3? Yeah, it is a good game. I just don't care for, it's like if you ever played a Dungeons and Dragons game tabletop and you love the DM, but the other players annoy the shit out of you. That's kind of what Baldur's Gate 3 is. unless you do what I do and you just get rid of all the other, you kick all the players out, you make the whole party and play it yourself. A Norwegian says, I played a cracked version of WoW for a short time. Eventually, I had a moment where I asked myself, why am I doing this? And so I quit. Yeah, it's a time sink. Great Endor says, but men going their own way is hedonistic too. Ergo Proxy says, oh yeah, if you had a character, but he had no part of the story for some reason. Saltpeter Taffy says, there's a tactical RPG franchise called Super Robot Wars, and you get to play all the super robots. I didn't know that. Teal Deer, if I remember you made a character that had no part in the story, but was supposed to be for multiplayer, which is no longer playable. Teal Deer says, yeah, your OC fanfic insert character was totally irrelevant. It was weird. All right, I gotta pick a spell. So let's go with, man, I kind of, I'm tempted to just go with damage, but I'm gonna go with gaseous form and accept that. Oh, I hope I don't regret this. All right. So I think that's it. Nobody else has to level up, but everyone's close. Allison's close. So we're going to be leveling up pretty soon. All right, guys. So what do these guys have?
On my way.
Take his shit. Take that gold. Take that alchemist fire. I'll free this guy in a moment. I don't know if he's a villain too, so... Ooh. Take your shit. What do you got? Basic poison. Wow, these people are scum! Ooh, iron key. A thick wrought iron key held by a guard in a cavern beneath Joaquin's Rest. Well, okay. I mean, whatever. Go up here. It's weird how everything is so condensed. Like, I know that they have to do that because it's like, oh, you go to a ruin, and underneath the ruin there's a crypt, and in the crypt there's, and next door to the crypt there's a goblin camp, and like everything's so like condensed and close together. It's a bit of a stretch. Like you have to suspend your disbelief quite a bit. Wow, 300. Oh, maybe this was a shop. 550 gold. And a key. I'll take that. Drow poison. Let's give it to the drow. Let's give it to Prim. And this other stuff can stay on. So what's over here? What are the odds? There's a door back there, it looks like. I'm going to come back for that guy. He's going to stay there for a bit. I don't know if I trust him yet. Material component whoopee cushion. Ooh, garlic. I love garlic. Send that to camp. I love garlic. When Lindsay makes she likes to make like stir fries, and she like takes when she's cooking, she'll take some peppers, some onions, and some garlic, and start with that, and maybe some oil, and I can smell it. Oh, I love that smell. Love that smell. Carrots. And those to camp. With this. Wine. Okay. So we'll send those to camp. And in this basket, orange. And they not a lot of stuff though, honestly. Book. The True and Impossible Adventures of Tenebrous Morrow, Volume 4. I'm not gonna read this. But just a story. Just a story. Baguette. Green grapes. Gimme. Cup. Candles. Cup. Some potato porridge. Potatoes. Mug. Bottle. Cup. It's in this crate. Sausages. Knowing these fucking people, you can use them as a sex toy too. Fucking developer. And they got their head in one place. Alright, what's over here? Is there more monsters? Maybe we should hide. Oh yeah, there is something over there. Hide, hold on.
God with me and open view.
Alright, I'm gonna separate Prim again. And I'm gonna have her
I should stay crouched forever.
approach. Proximity. Wait, whoa, what's that? Proximity explosive? Yeah, we're disarming this. I got mines. Got mines up in this bitch. Alright, let's see if this works. May explode. Oh, yeah, we're good. What is that? Vol. We're gonna go really slow here. Disarm this. Same thing, I still have guidance. $17, bitch. Look at all these explosives. Do I still have guidance? Let me switch to the rest of the party. We're also going to creep up just so that we're in range. We can cast that again. Switch back to Prim. And disarm it. Okay, still have guidance. Try it again. You gonna do it? 9. Oh yeah, we're good. Got a little close last time. Yeah. I don't understand why this guy's not hearing that, but okay. Disarm that. Do I still have guidance? I do. Here we go. Here we go. Whew. I might get spotted here. So what is that? It's a wolf, another wolf, and another guy. Vol and Jarg. Can I just look at you? Human, 2 crossbows for some reason. That's not really practical. I don't know what because if you have 2 crossbows, you have to load them both too. That doesn't kind of impractical. And Vol, what's your thing? It's like a woman with a greatsword. Strong woman. Strong woman with a greatsword. Okay, sure. Sure. Where are they? Is she from Chult? Like, what the hell's going on here? I feel like that doesn't. Okay, I might get spotted right here. Maybe. Let me do this. Which we're gonna move over here. I have a wacky idea. Okay. I'm gonna switch to Mike. I'm gonna cast Minor Illusion. And I'm gonna put it next to, like, right here. And maybe they'll notice it. Come over there. I think we're all in initiative now, which is fine. Okay. If I shoot at this, will it explode? Let me shoot at it. Misty Escape. Upon taking damage, become invisible. On your next turn, you can cast Misty Step. Though this will break your invisibility. I'm not invisible. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. I will. Alright, who am I playing as?
Comes easy these days.
Mike. Oh my god, everybody's going in. Everybody's going in. Oh, all these people went.
Time to push my luck again.
Where's the cleric? He's not in the combat?
Let's not get caught off guard.
I'm gonna cast Fireball. I'm gonna cast Fireball right there. Boom! And now I'm in the combat, bitch. Welcome to the party, pal. I'm gonna go over here.
So much for peace.
All right. Let me see. Prim. Let me activate Prim too. She's still hiding successfully, which is kind of cool. So we're gonna do a sneak attack. Oh, never mind. Didn't work. All right, Mike. Start with that. There's a wolf there, but I don't know how he's gonna get up here. I mean, can they climb the walls, the ladders? I don't think so, right? This might be overkill, honestly, but you all asked for it. I think Mike's had his turn, probably. Let me see. Yeah, not enough resources. So I'm gonna heal Allison. And then I'm gonna move over here.
Very well.
And let me just check I can check my messages. I think that I gotta quit in 10 minutes, so I'm gonna quit after this battle. Look at your comments and then end it up there. Let me just check my messages on Discord to see what the plan is. Because no one that does the news show is available right now, except maybe Randomer Cam. So it might just be like all right, hold on. All right. So Prim, or this is Mike. Just stay here and Mike.
Nothing important is ever easy.
All right. Let's see. Darkness. Can I cast that? Obscures and blinds creatures. Creatures cannot make range attacks in or out of it. Well, that's not gonna work. I'm just gonna shoot at this person. Wow. Damn. Dropped him. Alright, let's go over here.
Right on my feet.
And my turn.
Fight. Let's go.
Okay, Allison. Allison! 2 attacks per turn. Let's do it. Shoot him. Again and again. 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 Quote Morpheus. Okay, and I'll move back there. And in my turn. And now this is Hannah. I'm invisible. I'm gonna move over here. I am now visible because I moved and got set on fire a little bit. We will... I mean, it's not really... These people are not really a threat, but they started fighting with me and I didn't want to. I didn't wanna, but they did it. So, take these. Maybe... Yeah, I should do this twice. I hit him once and missed. Alright, back up. Most of my party members are like ranged, except for Karen. Rage again. Is she still raging from before? No, she's not. Go! Went around that. That's good. That's probably a good thing. I'm just gonna get in there. Karen doesn't have anything to fear. Can I push or something? No, I can't. Okay, what are you gonna do, Kraid? Karad? Missed. They're trying to target that wizard, man. Missed. Wait a minute. Improve warding flare. Impose disadvantage on allies attacker. Roll a 24. I'm probably gonna get hit anyways. But yeah, I better do that. Okay. Alright. My turn. Like all of my people are acting at the same time. It seems like that's always happening. Any reason for that? I'm gonna move like right here. And I'll push this wolf. Can I throw him? Probably not. Too big, right? No, I can. I can pick it up. And then throw it down here. Let's throw it. Like, path is interrupted. Why can't I throw it off the bridge? Oh, come on. Let me throw it. Let me throw it. Oh, there we go. Right there. And then I'm gonna hit the... There's another wolf there, but I'm gonna hit this guy.
Here we go again.
Wham! And I got my frenzied strike. Good night. And I'm gonna move up on this dude.
The move.
Karen's just like a fucking machine.
Sometimes the only way out is through.
Alright, next is... Let's go with Allison.
To keep going.
Let's end these guys. So I'm gonna shoot him. Boom. And the wolf once. And the wolf's dead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I had to do that. And I'll end my turn. And let me see. It's Mike. See, what would we do? Could heal Hannah, but I think I'm just going to move here. And let's see. Do I have any spells? What spells can I cast? Thunder Wave's not gonna work. It's too far. It's a great spell though. I could heal. I could do Tasha's Hideous Laughter, but I don't really see any need for it. There's literally just like 2 guys left. This is gonna be like pretty quick and easy. So I'm going to just shoot him with my arrow. Shoot this guy. And finish it. Oh, I missed him! Oh no! Okay, I'll heal Hannah really quick. Bards.
Blood comes easy these days.
Can I hide over here?
Breathe quiet, move with care.
And then shoot? Can I do a sneak attack on this guy? Because it would be fun. Swing! Boom, he's dead. And now I'll move Prim up.
Step.
And my turn.
Breathing, despite everything.
And let me see. There's just this wolf back here, right? So, let's hit. Oop, shit. No, I didn't mean to do that.
Have to
Oh,
keep
what's that?
going.
Bridge defect. That would have been bad.
I wonder if this is
My
worth
turn,
the
that's
cost.
okay.
Time to press ahead.
Who else needs healing? I could heal Allison really quick.
Take you.
Okay. What are you gonna do, Wolf? I didn't want to do this.
Can't stay idle.
I didn't want to do this, but I'm gonna have to do this. We won. And we leveled up. Good. That's what I wanted. I wanted to level up. So we'll level up the characters and then I'll quit. You guys are talking about Trucker Simulator and stuff. You know, it's funny because a Norwegian says, "Would you recommend Divinity Original Sin 2?" I never played it. Teal Deer says, "People who carry a key never move more than 50 meters from the lock that the key opens." Video game developers. Yeah, I know, right? It's gonna be a key to something around here for sure. All right, let's level everybody up. So Allison is now level 6. We'll level her up. So one of the things I don't like about the customization is it seems limited. Like even Neverwinter Nights 2, which is much older, had a lot more options for like what your character looked like. I think I love the character creator for Elden Ring. Like you can literally make Kanye West in that. I made Giga Chad in Elden Ring. I'll show them to you sometime. I made, you can make, like, I think it's when Fallout 4 came out, there were a bunch of people releasing videos. I haven't played Fallout 4. I'm not really a big Fallout fan. But I like the third one. It was all right. But I don't really understand the fandom that much. So sorry, another sacrilege. I'm sure it's heresy. But I like in-depth character creators, and I think that the Elden Ring in Bloodborne, I made my hunter in Bloodborne. I based him on Peter Cushing, the actor from the Hammer movies. He also played Grand Moff Tarkin. You know, I thought that turned out pretty good. You know, I was just kind of eyeballing it, and this game doesn't let you do that, so I'm kind of like disappointed in that. Not to the same degree. They just have like a few faces, and I think the reason for this is because they are intentionally they want you to create characters like of a certain of diverse types purposefully, right? So they're kind of saying, you know, we need your character to look Asian if you're gonna look Asian, because we want Asian representation. So we're gonna have Asian faces, we're gonna have black faces, we're gonna have, you know, Indian faces, we're gonna have European faces, because I guess we have to. But you don't get to make what you want. So you can't make like a crazy looking guy, like a lot of people who play the Soulsborne games do, because you see what I'm saying? Like they say we want it to be diverse racially, so we're gonna limit your choices. As weird as that sounds, it's true, right? Divinity Original Sin 2 is a beautiful looking though. Well, these are the same developers, I think, isn't it? I never played it, so. Norwegian says, "Kill the strong and independent Zulu woman first." I don't know. They all look the same to me. They all look the same to me.
Okay, with a stick.
So anyway, I gotta do a calibrate because Vivian's looking a little derpy. But I wonder if playing Truck Simulator can be therapeutic for real truck driving. You know, Lindsay and I looked at like some videos for like farming simulators and hunting simulators. They are very popular. And you know what? That's fine by me. This is the thing. Like, I don't care that there's lots of different kinds of games out there, because people want to play like the fishing sims and the flight sims and the truck driving and the train operation and the construction, you know, and whatever. Like they can, I'm okay with people having that. Obviously, I don't care. But the problem is when people try to say that I have to like that. That's kind of what is going on with this cultural vandalism in like the games, the franchises that I like, you know, because there are people who would be, you know, like if you want to play like your dating sim or whatever, I don't care. Like, go have fun, right? But like, that's not it though. They want everyone else to like that. And that comes from this need for games to be seen as art, but I can't get into that right now, but it is, I think it is that. Ergo says, Spider-Man PS4 was super fun, but they killed any interest in the sequel with woke BS. Yeah, I mean, I played Spider-Man PS4. I liked a lot of it, but there were some things they decided that I didn't care for. Would Lauren be available? Lauren Brooks for today? I don't know, maybe. I mean, Lindsay said she would help, so it might be Lindsay, Doc, and me. I don't know. I'll have to like do some write-ups and set the show up, though. Great Endor says Q, Divinity, Original Sin, 1/2, 2 versus Baldur Gate 3. I don't know. TJWK says, hey. Blade Kaiser says, I actually like the DOS series better, especially DOS 1. Norwegian says, I made Rogel Dorn TTS version in Fallout 3. Who's Rogel Dorn? I'm not sure what that is. Larian made the Divinity series. Yeah, it is. Blade Kaiser says, have you played Dragon's Dogma? Yes, I played the first one a lot. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And the Goat Simulator. I have Goat Simulator. I've played it with Lindsay. Goat Simulator, Untitled Goose Game. I think we streamed that a little bit. I had Mike and Lauren when they were visiting. I made them play Entitled Goose Game, and I really wish that I had them stream it, because that would have been hilarious. Great Endor says Sex Dungeon Tycoon. Yeah, that sounds like the new thing, right? Virgo says, or when you have to play as Mary Jane and you have to be Miles' deaf girlfriend and you have to like it. Yeah, exactly. Well, they make you play Mary Jane and Miles in the first game, and I hated those parts. I don't like the Miles character. I think he's terrible. I think he's terrible, legit. Okay, favorite enemy. So I've made, let me see, for Allison. Bounty Hunter, Keeper of the Veil, specialized in hunting creatures from other planes of existence. Ranger Knight, you have sworn to serve a crown or nation and seek to bring its foes to ruin. Sanctified Stalker, swore to hunt the enemies of holy or druidic order. You gain proficiency in religion. I'm gonna go with I'll go with Bounty Hunter, I think. Natural Explorer, your years of traveling in the wild made you particularly attuned to beasts or adept at surviving in certain environments. Urban Tracker gives you proficiency in sleight of hand. Wasteland Wanderer Cold. Well, that sounds like Allison. I'm just going to go with that one. Replace spell. Well, what do I want to get rid of? Let me see. These are my options. Not a lot. Cure Wounds, Fog Cloud, Hunter's Mark. Nah, those are all good. I'm going to leave it. We'll accept that. All right, next. Let's see it. Okay, Dr. Randomcam leveled up a bunch, apparently. So, actions, Counter Charm. You and any allies within 9 meters have advantage on saving throws against being charmed. That's nice. Gain a spell. Subclass features. What is this? Extra attack. So now Mike can make 2 attacks. That's cool. I didn't know that. So, let's pick a spell. So, with Feign Death, Fear, okay. Glyph of Warding, I think I already have that. Hypnotic Pattern, Plant Growth, Speak with Dead, and then like this other stuff that I could have picked from before. Cloud of Daggers, Crown of Madness, Detect Thoughts, Enhance Ability, Enthrall, Heat Metal. Cause a metal weapon or armor to glow red hot and force the wearer to let go or receive disadvantage on attack rolls. Huh. Does damage too? 2d8? That's pretty good, actually. Old person, knock. Oh, I think I want knock? Don't I have that? I think I have that already. Somebody else. Charm person. Let's try. Let me see. Ergo says, the developer of Spider-Man 2 said he didn't give a fuck that people didn't like the MJ sections. Well, I don't give a fuck about buying his game. Well, yeah, that's... The problem is that there are people who will buy it anyway because they're culture junkies. They can't not like invest in their brand. And I think a lot of them engage in cope, like serious cope when it comes to shit that's like obviously like let's say underwhelming in its content, you know, even if it does some things well. I'm gonna try fear with Mike. Targets drop everything and become fearful. They have it, so it's a saving throw, I think. Let's try it. Try fear. I'm gonna give that to Mike. Seems a little out of character, but I'm doing it anyways. Gilder says, game kills all story and gameplay momentum dead. It makes you play as a DEI checkbox character. 10 out of 10. Game of the year, Kotaku 010124. And IGN 9 out of 10. Amazing. GameSpot 9 out of 10. Okay, Karen. My bitch. Additional rage charge. You can now rage more times per long rest. Nice. Subclass features mindless rage. Your rage becomes all-consuming, repelling outside influence. While frenzied, you cannot be charmed or frightened, and calm emotions no longer ends your rage. That's right. Embrace the rage, Karen. Embrace it. And am I done, or is there one more? I think Prim needs to level up. Right? Yeah. Prim is now level 6. I can... What is this? Change? I can change skills. You may now customize your skill proficiency in the list below you, or proficient in skill add a bonus. What's insight do? I feel like she's not paying attention. Read people in situations? Nah. Perception is what I want, right? What did I get rid of? Persuasion? I had a +5. I think being able to see shit is probably important. And maybe I'll get rid of deception and take persuasion instead. That. I just noticed Prim's barefoot. I must not have given her... It's not a foot thing, I just didn't give her any boots. So I gotta put some boots on her. This is not okay. Yeah, she's not wearing these. Disintegrating Nightwalkers. Why am I not wearing these boots? I'm gonna put them on. That was weird. She should have been wearing them. Okay, I think we're all ready now. So I'm gonna end the stream here. Jojo is dreaming. Oh, he is? Aw. So I'm gonna end the game here, and I gotta get ready for the show later. And over on the live streaming channel. So thanks guys for hanging out. If you like this video, please hit like, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, hit the bell for notification, leave us a comment, let me know what you think. I might do more of this tomorrow. I also might do another video for the other channel. Please subscribe to the other channel. It's called He Said She Said, but it was my channel under my name. I'm working on, you know, sort of expanding the branding on that, making a logo and all that kind of thing. And also, somebody was suggesting that I stream gaming to Kick, so I'm looking into that. So maybe I'll be sending you guys my Kick if you want to go to Kick and watch there. I don't know if that is different or whatever. Maybe they're a little bit less, you know, draconian than YouTube. I don't know. Anyway, thanks guys for coming on the stream. And we'll talk to you all in the next video. See you next time, Arcade Machines. Have a good one.
Men's right activists, okay? They are literal machines. They are talking point machines. They are impossible to fucking deal with, especially if you have like a couple dudes who have good memory on top of that too. Holy shit, you're fucked.